Welcome, brave viewers, to another dive into the eerie and unexplained, where the line between playful and paranormal begins to blur. When you think of haunted dolls, your mind might wander to antique stores, cracked porcelain faces, and silent stares from the shadows. But what if the next haunted object wasn't from a dusty Victorian era, but straight off a toy store shelf? Tonight, we take you to the suburbs of Houston, Texas, where a seemingly innocent frozen Elsa doll turned a family's home into the setting of a modern-day nightmare. It sang, it spoke, it laughed, and then it wouldn't stop. Even after the batteries were removed. Even after it was thrown away. Twice. What began as a joyful Christmas gift for a little girl quickly unraveled into a bizarre and chilling mystery that left the family fearing for their safety and questioning reality. So grab your flashlight, keep your volume low, and prepare to meet Elsa, not the magical snow queen from Disney, but something far stranger. This is one ghost story you won't find in a fairy tale. Let's begin, if you dare. In 2013, the Elsa doll was given as a gift to the young daughter of the McKenna family. At first, everything was perfectly normal. The doll sang "Let It Go" in English when a button was pressed and spoke several friendly phrases from the film. It was a beloved toy, sparkly, interactive, and fun. But then something strange happened. After about 2 years, the doll began switching languages on its own, singing in Spanish instead of English. The family checked for a language setting switch. There was none. It had never done this before. The change was random and unexplainable, and there didn't appear to be any external trigger. Then, the doll began speaking and singing without being touched, often in the middle of the night. It didn't matter if no one was nearby or if the toy was turned off. Elsa's voice would cut through the silence with a haunting, robotic version of "Let It Go." As the months wore on, the doll's behavior only grew more erratic and unsettling. In 2019, the McKenna family decided enough was enough. Despite removing the batteries, the doll continued to speak and sing. With no explanation for its persistence and increasingly bizarre behavior, the family finally decided to throw the toy away in their household garbage. But that wasn't the end. A few weeks later, the doll reappeared inside a bench in their living room. No one had retrieved it. No one confessed to fishing it out of the trash. In fact, the whole family insisted they hadn't touched it. Still, there it was, back in their home, seemingly resurrected from the landfill. Trying not to panic, they made another attempt. This time, they placed the doll in the bottom of their outdoor trash bin, tightly sealed and ready for pickup. It was taken away with the rest of the garbage. But once again, the doll returned. At this point, the family was truly unnerved. In a last-ditch effort, the mother, Madonia McKenna, decided to send Elsa far away. She mailed the doll to a family friend in Minnesota, placing it in a sealed box and wrapping it tightly with tape. To add a protective twist, the friend taped the box inside another box and placed Elsa on the front bumper of his Jeep, tightly bound with rope, as if the doll were being exiled for good. And yet, even in Minnesota, strange things reportedly happened. The friend kept the doll as a sort of novelty, tying her up again just to be safe. So far, she hasn't come back to Houston, but the eeriness of the situation continues to haunt the McKennas. Skeptics are quick to dismiss stories like this as hoaxes, exaggerations, or malfunctions. Could a toy switch languages due to a faulty chip or moisture damage? Could a mischievous child or neighbor have retrieved the doll and planted it back inside the house? Perhaps. But the McKenna family insists there were no logical explanations. The doll was dumped in the trash twice and somehow returned both times. It continued to speak and sing with no batteries inside, and no one in the household took responsibility for its reappearance. The fact that Elsa's behavior became increasingly bizarre over time, and only after years of normal function, adds another layer of mystery. The mother even shared the story on social media, not to gain fame, but to ask if others had experienced anything similar. To this day, no one has been able to definitively explain what happened. There's something uniquely disturbing about modern haunted objects. We expect old dolls from dusty attics to carry dark energy. But when something as innocent and familiar as a children's Disney toy turns sinister, it hits a different nerve. This story serves as a reminder that paranormal tales don't always come wrapped in gothic horror. Sometimes they come in glittery dresses, with smiling faces, and catchy songs that you can't forget even when you want to. The McKenna family didn't ask for a haunted doll. But once Elsa entered their lives, she refused to let it go. Whether you're a firm believer in the paranormal or just love a good creepy tale, the Elsa doll story is a haunting reminder that the line between fun and fear can blur in the most unexpected ways. A cheerful toy meant to bring joy turned into something out of a nightmare, proving that the uncanny often hides in plain sight. Stories like this resonate not just because they're spooky, but because they reflect something deeper, a fear of losing control, of the familiar turning against us. It's what makes haunted objects so unsettling and so fascinating. So the next time a toy starts singing when no one's around, especially one you've already thrown in the trash, you might want to do more than check the batteries. Maybe, just maybe, it's time to call someone who knows how to deal with spirits trapped in plastic smiles. Thanks for joining us on this chilling journey. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more haunted tales. Want to support the channel? Leave a super thanks or share this video with your bravest friends. Until next time, stay curious and stay safe.